A while ago, a friend of mine gave me a Teto model, and he wanted me to fix it up a tiny bit and put it through Unity and everything else, and I did, and it was fine. And then he showed me this Dark Teto model that he had. It's not really a model per se, it was more like fan art that he had. And I said, if I wanted to, I could make that for you. He's like, no. I'm like, yeah, I could make that for you. Pretty easy. And this is how it turned out. If you want to know how I did this, all I really did was I took this model right here, duplicated it, and then I went to here, got rid of texture so I could see what I'm doing. Right? And then I just went to sculpt mold instantly. And I just readjusted how I wanted to look. It took some getting used to, getting the proportions right. I essentially just matched it up as best as I possibly could. A lot of times when I make clothes, I usually just make it off the model that's already there. If the model is already naked or something, then I'll just make my own clothes and go from there. Then I would drag this down to an appropriate size. Sometimes you don't need a whole lot to make the clothes on a model. Sometimes all you gotta do is do some small edits. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's how we learn. Nothing is always going to be perfect. And that's fine. It doesn't need to be. And then if we don't want something, we just go into edit mode and we just get rid of what we don't want. Yeah, pretty easy. Now because this is attached to the body, it's gonna do all sorts of dumb things. So we're just going to ta-da. And as you notice, it's in a T pose. That is the default pose for it to be in. Pretty simple, huh? You can barely tell that there's a thing here, but it's there. Most of this was just taken from the outfit itself. I just lined this all up on the model, duplicated it on either side, and just extended and reshaped it so it looked like it was its own separate thing. Same thing with everything else. You just got to chop up the clothes into different segments depending on what you have. I have learned it is better to do one texture on everything, but there are times where that doesn't work. So I took the texture from the original model and painted it over a tiny bit. So where the clothes used to be, I changed things on it to fit my own criteria. And that's how I made a Dark Teto for my friend Sugu. This was maybe, I think, 2 days of work because I wanted to get it as accurate as possible. Even if it was a little bit off. And just so you know, these aren't white. These are very light blue.